Good morning, everyone. This is Alok Sethi. I welcome you all for this session. Uh, Let me introduce myself first. I am a chartered accountant by profession and a finance enthusiast and a financial planner by passion. So we are running a firm by the name CD Financial Services from the last 20-25 years. My grandfather was a LIC employee. He retired from LIC. My father started his LIC agency and is now agent for last 20-25 years. And I have my uncle. He is a chartered accountant practicing in Ajmer from last 30 years. My another uncle is practicing as a mutual fund distributor. So we are providing all kind of financial services under one roof. And as a value addition to our client, हम ये चाहते थे कि सबको ये बताया जाए कि कोई भी प्रोडक्ट, फाइनेंशियल प्रोडक्ट खरीदना या इंश्योरेंस बाय करना या कोई भी एसेट बिल्डअप करना, ये इम्पोर्टेंट होता है, लेकिन ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट क्या होता है कि आप अपनी लाइफ में जो भी डिसीजंस ले रहे हैं वो एक प्लान्ड डिसीजन होने चाहिए। हमने ये सुना है कि कोई भी हम लक्ष्य निर्धारित करते हैं, हम ये अचीव करना चाहते हैं, वो अचीव करना चाहते हैं, हम टारगेट सेट करते हैं कि इतनी हमारी सैलरी होनी चाहिए, इतनी हमारी इनकम होनी चाहिए, इस तरीके से हमारा लाइफ प्लान होना चाहिए। वो सारे टारगेट हम तभी अचीव कर पाते हैं जब हमारे पास कोई पुख्ता प्लान होता है, जब हमारे पास एक रिटन मेथोलॉजी होती है कि दिस इज हाउ आई एम गोइंग टू वर्क ऑन माई गोल्स, एंड दैट इज हाउ यू बिल्ड अप योर गोल्स एंड यू अचीव देम। तो ये इम्पोर्टेंट है कि हम जो भी प्लान करते हैं, जो भी हम अचीव करना चाहते हैं लाइफ में, उसके लिए प्लान हो। ये सिर्फ फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग के लिए नहीं इम्पोर्टेंट रखता है, लेकिन लाइफ में आप कुछ भी काम करना चाहते हैं, अगर किसी घर में कोई शादी होती है, शादी से पहले 1 महीने पहले, 2 महीने पहले, 3 महीने पहले प्लानिंग स्टार्ट हो जाती है। कितने लोगों को इनवाइट करना है, वेन्यू का होगा, खाने में क्या बनेगा, all these things. So we have realized this thing that planning is an important process to achieve a particular goal. और इसी को देखते हुए हमने एक वेबिनार आज ऑर्गेनाइज किया जिसमें आप लोग सब जुड़े हैं। So I welcome you all. I thank you all for taking out time and joining us for this session today. And Tanveer sir has also joined now, and I would like to introduce him first. Very well. Good morning to Tanveer sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, Alok. Sorry for the delay. Apologies for that.
No, sir. I must tell you that Tanveer sir is a founder and CEO of FinCart. FinCart is the first fintech company that started selling or guiding, advising people on financial planning 10 years back. And when I got an opportunity to connect with FinCart because I'm doing a course that is called a Certified Financial Planner. And luckily, one of my colleague worked at FinCart, and that is how I got connected with FinCart. And the philosophy that they follow, जिस तरीके से लोग काम करते हैं, और they are just not selling any product, but they are recommending a plan for the investors. दैट इज मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट। हम लोग कोई भी प्रोडक्ट खरीद लेते हैं और फिर बाद में हमें रियलाइज होता है, अरे यार ये इसकी जरूरत थी क्या, या हम इससे बेटर प्रोडक्ट ले सकते थे क्या, या हमारे गोल्स क्या हैं। तो आज तनवीर सर हमारे साथ में हैं और वो हमें गाइड करेंगे, हमें एनलाइटन करेंगे कि कैसे एक फाइनेंशियल प्लान बनाना चाहिए, उस प्लान के इंग्रेडिएंट्स क्या होने चाहिए, और सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट कि फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग की जरूरत क्या है। आज आप लोग ये सब सेशन में जुड़े हैं, इसका मतलब कहीं ना कहीं आप सीरियस हैं अपने लाइफ को लेके, अपने गोल्स को लेके, और ये बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट है। और तनवीर सर का एक सेशन मैंने अटेंड किया था जहाँ पे उन्होंने समझाया था कि गोल कैसे होने चाहिए। 1 मिनट में सर आपकी बात को प्रेजेंट करूंगा, उसके बाद आई विल हैंड ओवर द सेशन टू यू।
श्योर।
एंड आई लाइक्ड इट वेरी मच। और तनवीर सर ने बोला कि गोल शुड बी स्मार्ट। So I'm mentioning in the chat box also, the goal should be smart. Smart का मतलब क्या हुआ? S stands for specific. आपका गोल स्पेसिफिक होना चाहिए। अगर कोई बोलता है कि मैं बहुत मोटा हूं, मैं पतला होना चाहता हूं, तो मेरा गोल है आई वांट टू रिड्यूस वेट, दैट इज नॉट अ स्पेसिफिक गोल। स्पेसिफिक गोल क्या होगा? आई वांट टू रिड्यूस 10 kg इन 1 month, आई वांट टू गेट रिड्यूस 5 kg इन 15 days। मतलब आप जब क्वांटिफाई करते हो अपने गोल को तो स्पेसिफिक गोल हो जाता है। ऐसे ही सब बोलते हैं कि हम रिटायरमेंट प्लान करना चाहते हैं, हम wealth create करना चाहते हैं. Wealth creation is a buzzword nowadays. But what do you, is that a specific goal to create wealth? Wealth creation का में आप wealth को क्या कैसे define करेंगे, कैसे quantify करेंगे? क्या कितनी wealth होनी चाहिए हमारे पास? 1 करोड़, 2 करोड़, 5 करोड़? What is the amount that you're looking for? The first thing that your goals should be, it should be specific. Second होता है measurable. हम गोल को measure कर सके, तभी हम उनको ट्रैक कर पाएंगे. अगर मुझे 3 साल बाद एक गाड़ी खरीदनी है, तो मुझे पता है कि उस गाड़ी की कीमत आज 15 लाख है, ये 20 लाख रुपए है. तो मुझे पता है कि आफ्टर 3 years आई शुड हैव अ फंड ऑफ 15 lakhs. तभी मैं उसके लिए प्लान कर पाऊंगा. तीसरा होता है अचीवेबल. तो शाहरुख खान का एक गाना सबको बहुत पसंद होगा कि चांद तारे तोड़ लाऊं, सारी दुनिया पर मैं छाऊं. तो अगर कोई ऐसा गोल रखता है कि आई वांट टू लुक आउट फॉर द स्टार्स एंड मून्स, और पूरी दुनिया पे छाना चाहते हैं, तो ये जो गोल है ना, ये अचीवेबल नहीं. आप चांद पे जाने की तैयारी, मार्स पे जाने की तैयारी हो रही है. जुकर दिस एलन मस्क इज प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर अस टू टेक ऑन मार्स. सो दैट इज अ ड्रीम विच इज गोइंग टू बी अ रियलिटी. बट एज अ इंडिविजुअल आपको ऐसे गोल सेट करने हैं जो कि अचीवेबल हो, बिकॉज जब गोल हम अचीव नहीं कर पाते तो बहुत दुख होता है, बहुत हर्ट होते हैं हम, गिल्ट फीलिंग आती है. तो आपके गोल्स अचीवेबल होने चाहिए. आर स्टैंड्स फॉर रियलिस्टिक. तो रियलिस्टिक एंड अचीवेबल बोथ आर इंटररिलेटेड. कि हम जो भी गोल सेट कर रहे हैं, वी शुड रियलाइज द एनवायरनमेंट अराउंड अस. हमारा पास्ट कैसा रहा है, हमारा प्रेजेंट कैसा है, इसको देखते हुए हम फ्यूचर में प्लान करेंगे. एंड लास्ट, टी स्टैंड्स फॉर टाइमली. दैट मीन्स यू शुड सेट योर गोल वेल इन टाइम. आग लगने के बाद कुआं खोदने से अच्छा है कि पहले से ही हम एक फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर घर में रखें, कि जैसे ही आग लगती तुरंत वी हैव अ प्लान, we have an act, we can take an action immediately. So with this, I now invite Tanveer Alam sir, without taking much of your time and being a barrier between the audience and the speaker, I would just like sir to highlight on the importance of financial planning. और जो भी हमारे क्लाइंट्स हैं, जितने भी लोगों ने हमें ज्वाइन किया है, उनको आज ये एक मैसेज जाए कि कैसे हमें फाइनेंशियली अपने लाइफ को सिक्योर करना है और कैसे आगे बढ़ना है. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Alok. Really appreciate. Thank you so much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining in. I really appreciate that on a Sunday morning. If you are trying to understand about money and finance and how to manage it, this ka matlab hai you guys are very serious about it. So I think that's a first right step. Achha, before I start, I want to understand, uh, are are the people already investing in mutual fund, or they have not yet started investment? So I can accordingly keep my discussion, or is it a mix?
I think it is a mix, sir.
Okay. So what I'll do, I've just prepared some kind of a small presentation, and I will use a lot of behavioral aspect also, because money is not only about mathematics, it's all about emotions, because money से जो हम achieve करते हैं वो important है. So hence, Alok, you'll have to allow me to share, make me host to share my screen.
Yes. Okay, now I think you can.
Great. Okay, can you see my screen, please?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Great. So I will start with a small video. So I hope it plays. There's some people coming now. Cannot play video. Oh, so leave it. Let's start. Okay, so I think this is the first glitch. So let me start with a few financial basics. In fact, what we are going to do, the video didn't play, so let it be. I mean, we will carry on. So I'm going to start with a very simple statement from Benjamin Graham, and this is what I firmly believe in. देखिए क्या है कि मनी मैनेज इज नॉट वेरी डिफिकल्ट. टाइम मेमोरियल से लोग, हमारे पेरेंट्स वगैरह मनी मैनेज करते आ रहे हैं. So managing money is very simple. I start with the quote from Benjamin Graham. He said, "People don't need to be extraordinary to manage the money. They need to adopt simple rules and stick to them." Now, this particular has a strong meaning, and I always believe that simplicity creates wealth. So, keeping that as a premise, we will try to work this entire session out. And let me start with the first question with Alok Kazad. Why do we need to do financial planning? Why we need to do financial planning? So if you look at that, see, the logic of saving money is very simple. You earn, you save some amount of money, and that invested over a long-term period creates wealth. So this is the simple logic of actually making money grow. Okay. But unfortunately, that consistency is missing. So now, using my anecdote from running a marathon. So if you actually get up one morning and say कि मैं 20 किलोमीटर भागूंगा, तो मेरे ख्याल से वो थोड़ा difficult हो जाएगा. So what happens when you start planning to run a marathon? आप छोटी छोटी सी steps लेते हैं. पहले आधा किलोमीटर, 1 किलोमीटर, धीरे धीरे आप अगर कंसिस्टेंसी मेंटेन रखते रहेंगे, so over a period of time you'll realize that आपने बहुत लंबे डिस्टेंस तक you can keep running. So that is what is to do with same investment and saving. Now, the reason why we need to do financial planning is very simple. Now, there's a very interesting study. There's a very interesting study at Harvard Business School. In the Harvard Business School, and it's a book written also, what they don't teach you at Harvard Business School. So it is an interesting study. जब राइटर मार्क मैकॉर्मिक ने एक हार्वर्ड के 100 बैच स्टूडेंट के बैच लिया एंड उससे सिर्फ 2 सवाल पूछे. सवाल पहला था कि डू यू हैव एनी गोल. ओके, हार्वर्ड के 100 स्टूडेंट से 2 ही सवाल पूछे गए. पहला सवाल था डू यू हैव एनी गोल. दूसरा सवाल जो पूछा गया, डू यू हैव अ प्लान टू अचीव अ गोल एंड हैव यू रिटन देम. तो 100 लोगों में से करीब 84 लोग, 84% सेड नहीं, ना ही हमारे पास गोल है, ना ही हम लोगों ने प्लान बनाया है. तो दूसरे लॉट की जो 13% थे, 13 लोग, उन्होंने कहा गोल तो में हमारे माइंड में है, लेकिन इसके लिए कोई रिटन प्लान नहीं बनाया. 3% जो बाकी छोटी माइनॉरिटी थी, वो उन्होंने कहा कि हाँ हमारे पास गोल माइंड में है और उसके लिए हम लोगों ने प्लानिंग भी की है, उसको हम ऐसे अचीव करेंगे. सो दे हैव अ रिटन प्लान. तो ये रिसर्चर जो ऑथर है, ये 10 साल के बाद वापस उन 100 लोगों के पास जाता है पता करने के लिए कि भाई इन लोगों ने क्या अपनी लाइफ में अचीव किया है, उनकी नेटवर्थ क्या है. सो पहले लोग जिनके पास ना ही गोल था, ना ही उनके पास कोई रिटन प्लान था, सो वो ऑडियंस ने मान लीजिए एक्स नेटवर्थ अचीव किया एवरेज में 100 रुपीज, सपोज 100 रुपीज. दूसरी जो ऑडियंस है जिन्होंने सिर्फ गोल दिमाग में रखा था लेकिन कोई रिटन प्लान नहीं था, उन्होंने 2x यानी कि 200 रुपये अचीव किया नेटवर्थ. मैं चैट में आपसे जानना चाहूंगा, अगर आप लोग एक छोटा सा गेस करना चाहें, कि तीसरी लॉट जिनके पास गोल भी था और फाइनेंशियल प्लान, और ये फाइनेंशियल प्लान कहने का मतलब ये कि एक रोड मैप या रिटन प्लान था कि ये अपने लक्ष्य कैसे अचीव करेंगे, उन्होंने कितना नेटवर्थ अचीव किया था एवरेज. मैं इसमें आपसे चैट में जानना चाहूंगा. टेक अ गेस. टेक अ गेस. आपसे जानना चाहूंगा कि टेक अ गेस व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज.
We have got a answer 3 times.
3 times.
Abhishek ji says
Any more? Any more guess, please? ये रॉकेट साइंस नहीं है, नहीं आपका आंसर गलत होने का कोई. So okay, let me give you for positive time, let me answer. It was 10 times both the earlier people put together, मतलब 30 times. The people who had a plan had a net worth of 3,000. 100, 200 or 3,000. That was the difference of actually putting that plan 30 times. That's the advantage of having a written plan. And psychologists suggest behaviorally, anything that you write down, you are more likely to achieve. And hence, financial planning for that particular reason becomes very important. And having a written plan becomes that much important. It helps you to achieve much more with the same amount of money. वही पैसे आपके सही नजरिए से, सही तरीके से इस्तेमाल होंगे, इन्वेस्ट होंगे, और आप अपने गोल्स सारे अचीव भी कर पाएंगे उसी पैसे से. तो इट्स अ फोकस्ड एफर्ट दैट इज गोइंग टुवर्ड्स हेल्पिंग यू अचीव योर गोल. दैट्स द डिफरेंस. दूसरा एक, चलिए दिस वाज, सो व्हाट डज दिस फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग कवर. देखिए, फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग कुछ बेसिकली एक रॉकेट साइंस नहीं, इट्स अ प्लान वे कि हम अपने पैसे को कैसे इस्तेमाल करेंगे इन्वेस्ट करने, कि हम सब अपने लाइफ के गोल्स या लक्ष्य को अचीव करें. तो इसको एक फॉर्मेट देने के लिए जो हम लोगों ने बनाया है, इसमें हम इमरजेंसी फंड प्लान करते हैं और रिस्क कवर. बेसिकली कुछ नहीं है, वी प्रोटेक्ट योर हार्ड अर्न मनी, grow them to achieve your goal, and later on we ensure that when you're not there, it is transferred to your loved ones. As simple as that. इसमें क्या हिस्से हैं इसके, इनके किसके पार्ट्स क्या है. इसमें इमरजेंसी फंड की प्लानिंग होगी कि आपको, जैसे कोविड हो गया, अब कोविड से बेटर एग्जांपल नहीं होगा. कोविड के पहले लोग समझते थे कि इमरजेंसी फंड क्यों जरूरी है, लेकिन कभी कभी बहुत से लोगों के 6-6 महीने बिजनेस बंद हो गए, या people have got sacked from offices. So I think emergency fund की अहमियत, जो importance है, has come out very very strongly in the COVID time. Second is risk cover. Risk cover का मतलब है आपके पास सही हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस होना चाहिए, टर्म इंश्योरेंस होना चाहिए, या आपके पास अगर फैमिली हिस्ट्री क्रिटिकल इलनेस की, क्रिटिकल इलनेस कवर होना चाहिए. ये बहुत जरूरी है. दूसरी बात, आपको गोल प्लानिंग और उसके हिसाब से प्रोडक्ट चूज करना चाहिए. ये मैं लेटर पार्ट ऑफ द सेशन में बताऊंगा इन्वेस्टमेंट बेसिक में. एंड फाइनली, ट्रांसफरिंग टू योर लव्ड वंस. अभी again, COVID has been a very bad experience for a lot of people. I have lost 2 very close friends, and he was just 50-year-old, and uh, another was 37, 38-year-old. So I have realized that we feel that we are going to live long, or estate planning will later part of the life के लिए है. But I think having a will at any stage will help you to ensure that your assets goes to your loved ones in a most easy way without any pain. So this is what it is. So now going forward, so what I'll do is I will also, so this is what it is. Now, अब ये तो एक स्केलेटन हो गया, प्लान का ये ढांचा हो गया कि भाई हम इस फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग में ये इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट हैं, उनको होना, उनकी जरूरत है. इसके लिए मैं आप क्वेश्चन आप पूछेंगे तो मैं लेना चाहूंगा, बट लेट मी टेक यू थ्रू द इन्वेस्टमेंट बेसिक्स। नो, इससे पहले मैंने कहा था कि इन्वेस्टमेंट गोल के अनुसार होना चाहिए। इसका मैं रीजन, सॉरी, आपको एनीबडी वांट टू आस्क मी अ क्वेश्चन? ओके, ओके, आई विल कंटिन्यू।
Yes.
सो ये मैं आपको एक मेडिसिन के बारे में बताता हूँ, बहुत यूज भी करते होंगे। एक मेडिसिन है आईबी, जैसे कि आइबुप्रोफेन बोलते हैं उसे। नो, आइबुप्रोफेन या आइबुजेसिक जैसी मेडिसिन है, ओके। इसमें अगर किसी को फीवर है या सिवियर बॉडी है, उसके लिए सूट करेगा। लेकिन किसी पेशेंट को डेंगू हो गया, उसकी भी सिम्टम सेम रहेगी, फीवर और बॉडी एक। लेकिन किसी डेंगू वाले पेशेंट को अगर आइबुजेसिक दे दिया गया तो मोस्ट लाइकली ही विल डाई। तो यू हैव द सेम सिम्टम, सेम मेडिसिन, बट टू डिफरेंट आउटकम। So in this case, what was the problem? Did the medicine was the problem or the application of the medicine problem? I'm sure you understand the application of the medicine was the problem. Now, when you say application was a problem, so same thing applies with investment. Most often क्या होता है, किसी भी अगर आप प्रोडक्ट खरीदते हैं और प्रॉपर सोल्यूशन नहीं लेते हैं, तो आप वो प्रोडक्ट सिर्फ खरीद रहे हैं, लेकिन उसका एप्लीकेशन नहीं सही होने के कारण आपको उस इन्वेस्टमेंट में लॉस होते हैं। दिस इज व्हाट investment is all about. Now, before I move forward, I would like to play a small game. Okay, are you okay with it, audience?
Yeah.
I just give a thumbs up or like, or you can just say that I will understand that you're okay with that. Okay, so now is a simple game. अगर आपने पहले भी खेला है तो प्लीज इसे ऐसे खेलिए, क्योंकि पहली बार खेल रहे हैं, क्योंकि दिस इज नॉट अबाउट द गेम, इट इज अबाउट द मैसेज। उसके बाद जो मैसेज मैं दूंगा वो इंपॉर्टेंट है। सो लेट अस, आप ये अपने माइंड में ये कैलकुलेशन करना, मुझे आंसर मत बताइएगा, बाद में आप लोग चैट में यस या कुछ भी राइटिएगा अगर ये सही होगा। नाउ थिंक ऑफ अ नंबर बिटवीन 1 and 9 in your mind. Okay, if you need a pen and paper, take it. Think of a number between 1 and 9. Multiply that number by 9. जो नंबर आपने सोचा है उस नंबर को 9 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दीजिए। You will get a number. That if that number is double digit, अगर डबल डिजिट का नंबर है, उस दोनों डिजिट को ऐड कर दीजिए। अगर वो डबल डिजिट है ऐड, अगर सिंगल, चलिए अब जो नंबर आपके पास आया होगा उस नंबर से 5 सब्ट्रैक्ट कर दीजिए। सब्ट्रैक्ट 5 फ्रॉम दैट नंबर, you will get a number, right? 5 को सब्ट्रैक्ट करने के बाद जो नंबर आया आपके पास, उस नंबर का एक अल्फाबेट दूंगा मैं। अगर आपका नंबर 1 आया, 1 आया है, अल्फाबेट इज A. If it's 2, alphabet is B. If it's 3, alphabet is C. If it's 4, alphabet is D. If it's 5, alphabet is E. So and so forth. आप जो भी अल्फाबेट जो भी नंबर आया उसके अनुसार अल्फाबेट चुन लिया। With that alphabet, think of a country name. With alphabet, think of a name. Okay. अब जो आया है उसके लास्ट इंग्लिश अक्षर से, लास्ट अल्फाबेट से एनिमल नेम। Okay, now last alphabet of the animal name, think of a fruit. बस खत्म हो गया. Most often, or 99% of the people will get a kangaroo eating orange in Denmark. Denmark kangaroo orange. Is it right? Please give me yes on the chat board. Chat, please. If it's yes. Yes, yes, Alok. Yes, Abhishek. Great. So how did I get this? See, in our language, it is called availability bias. Okay, it's called availability bias. So most often, जो चीज हम समझते हैं, that product we will adapt very easily. Any product which we don't understand easily, we will not be able to adopt. But let me tell you, all progress to human mankind happens because of thinking ahead and getting over the availability bias. People who do not want to change many a times gets wiped out. So for example, Nokia, Kodak, there are many companies who did not change. And I mean, BlackBerry phone, and it was a first office phone that I would have got, but they failed to get the smartphone wave. So coming back to there, so availability bias will always happen. If my family member or if my father has invested in fixed deposit or invested in any other product, real estate, I will be biased that यही product अच्छा है, दूसरा product खराब है. या मैं जिस नजरिए से इन्वेस्ट करता हूँ वो बेटर है, ये फाइनेंशियल वगैरह बेकार है. तो ये नजरिया कभी कभी बहुत हानिकारक हो जाता है. So now, so let's get to the investment basic. So the reason I have actually started with this game, the first step towards actually making progress is keeping your mind open. If you're open to change, new way of actually investing, we'll all make progress. Now, इतने देर में तो मैं बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट बेच सकता था, लेकिन मैंने किसी प्रोडक्ट की बात ही नहीं किया. हमारा एक ही उद्देश्य है. We have only one.
So please unmute yourself. You're on. Yes, please.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So FinCart has only one core purpose, and the core purpose is helping Indians achieve their life important goals, and that is what we believe in. So that is what belief and mindset come. And I'm just, this is a paper clipping which I loved it about this tennis player Bianca Andreescu, and she wrote. This is a quote from the newspaper. I remember when I was 16, after I won the Orange Bowl title juniors, I remember I wrote myself a check of this tournament, winning the tournament. Obviously, at this level, everyone knows how to play tennis. The thing that separates the best from the rest is just the mindset. The mindset of being wealthy, the mindset of creating wealth is something which will separate you from the rest. See, this is a video. और आपको कोई कहे कि हम आयरन रॉड यहाँ से बेंड करेंगे अपने गर्दन से, right from here. So let me, यहाँ से, if you put an iron rod and bend, most likely people will say you will die. Because this is a very sweet spot. यहाँ जोर से रखने से आप मर सकते हैं. Now you see this. This is all about belief, and under the expert guidance, you can achieve something which could be unimaginable. See this.
Please, I request all the participants to be on mute. Please.
So this is the rod which we bent from here only. And this is me and one of my colleagues at FinCard, under the guidance of a coach, of course. He's a trainer. So many a times, what seems impossible to you is possible if you have a good coach along with yourself. Now, let me go across and give you, ask you this question. Many of you will be parents. Now, आपका अगर बच्चा जिद कर रहा है कि रोलर कोस्टर में जाएंगे ऐसे वाले में और मेरी गो राउंड में, which one would you prefer? Picture shared is not visible. Okay, I mean to say the video.
Yes, sir. So your gallery
video is not visible.
Your gallery is visible, but not the video. We can see the folder
not
of
the video.
Yeah. You need to stop
Folder.
and share it again.
So until now you have not been seeing the presentation?
No, sir.
My lord. Anyway, you try to.
You can share the screen again. You can try.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that. So I will go back and try to play this. This video screen is visible?
Yeah. Yes, now it is visible. Yes. Definitely.
So now I'm saying this is a live example. You can see me on one side and colleague on other side, and there's a trainer. We are trying to bend this rod using our neck. Is a soft part है हमारा neck का यहाँ से. Now why I'm showing this, at time believe, and secondly, under the expert guidance of a coach, please don't try this at home. I'm cautioning you, it can lead to death. Okay, please do not try at home. So now see this, what we did.
Now we'll actually do it.
नहीं अभी मैं माइंड
Did you see this? Were you able to see this?
Yes, sir.
So we could bend this rod, iron rod, from this nape of his neck, which is a soft part, under the guidance of a coach. So many a times in life, you can achieve a lot more if you have a good coach along with it. So this is what the session is. Now, secondly, can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
So basically, these are two. In lot of times you will have found this मेला वगैरह में. अब ये रोलर कोस्टर में जाना चाहता है बच्चा आपका या मेरी गो राउंड में, तो आई एम श्योर लॉट ऑफ अस विल बी पेरेंट्स. बी ऑनेस्ट, कौन से में आप जाना अलाउ करेंगे और कौन से में नहीं अलाउ करेंगे?
आप लोग अनम्यूट करके आंसर कर सकते हैं या चैट बॉक्स में शेयर कर सकते हैं.
चैट बोर्ड में लिख भी सकते हैं. चैट बोर्ड में विच वन विल अराउंड, रोलर कोस्टर और मेरी गो राउंड?
मेरी गो.
मेरी गो राउंड, राइट? व्हाट अबाउट अदर्स? So whenever I run this session, so people would say, I will allow my child to go merry-go-round. Okay. So let me give you a statistics. There are more accidents in merry-go-round than on the roller coaster. Okay. Now, if your child goes to ask, say, मैं bungee jumping जाऊंगा, what will be your first thing that crossed your mind? Many parents will not allow them, the kids, please मत जाओ, मत करो. They themselves will also be scared. क्योंकि जब लाखों बार जब लोग बंजी जंपिंग करते हैं और अगर 10 लाख बार हुआ है तो 9 लाख 99,999 बार अगर सही चला गया है, इट विल नॉट गेट रिपोर्टेड इन द मीडिया. लेकिन एक एक्सीडेंट हो गया, so everywhere in the media you will find it is getting covered. Bloody scenario, bloody head, everything, smashed head, person completely shattered to that. Those video will be there. तो आपके माइंड में एक छवि बन जाता है. तो इक्विटी मार्केट ने लोगों के लिए वेल्थ क्रिएट किया है, लेकिन आपने मीडिया में बाहर में इतने स्टोरीज सुने होंगे कि आपको लगेगा ये तो बहुत डेंजरस है, इससे दूर रहना चाहिए, ये सट्टा बाजार है. I think a lot of these things will start coming up. So all I'm saying is, here many a times perception of risk and risk are two different things. Okay. Behaviorally, as it said, behaviorally, people tend to give more weightage to a rare occurrence than the real outcome. Okay. So, okay, so not investing is a much bigger risk than the risk of investing. अगर आप 100 रुपया अपने तिजोरी में रख के बैठ गए, 10 साल, 20 साल, 30 साल के बाद वो 100 रुपया रहेगा, लेकिन उसकी वैल्यू बहुत कम हो जाएगी. ये इन्फ्लेशन जो डेमन है, बेसिकली, ओके, I'll just come. So now let me come to this. Why do we need to invest? Invest करना क्यों चाहिए? Can you see the screen? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What do you see out here?
Deer is running to save his life from the tiger.
Absolutely. Deer, and then a cheetah is there. That cheetah is like inflation. That cheetah is like inflation. If your money, the deer is your return on investment. If your return on investment is not fast enough, if not faster than inflation, then you are dead. Your money is dead in a way. It is degrowing. Inflation वो दीमक की तरह है जो वुड वर्क के अंदर से अंदर खा जाता है, आपको पता नहीं चलता. So that's the risk, and that's the bigger risk than investing. So today, investment is no longer a choice, but a necessity. Now, second thing also what you should look at is not only the gross return. What is the post-tax return? आपने टैक्स दे दिया, आपका पिज्जा तो ऑलरेडी आधा हो गया है. You have not got the desired return. That is what you should be looking at. Now coming back to, so far are you good, or if I need to slow down, you tell me. So far any question I am okay to take if you have.
So there is one question in the chat box from Abhishek ji. You can take it now also. Can you share what is the most suitable fund allocation for emergency, health, equity, real estate, or any other?
Okay.
I'm just sharing it again.
Okay, I've got a question. Can you? There is no most suitable asset allocation. That is why it's called personal finance. But before I answer that, let me tell you, health insurance is not a part of your asset allocation. Term insurance is not a part of your asset allocation. That is a must. हर इंसान के लिए वो जरूरी है. मैंने अपने लिए 5 कोट, जब मैं आज से नहीं, जब मैं IDFC में हेड करता था एंड आई शुड ट्रैवल 5 days a week, तो उस टाइम से मेरा 5 करोड़ का टर्म इंश्योरेंस है, प्लस 50 लाख का एक्सीडेंटल है. मेरे को ये लगा गॉड फॉरबिड इफ आई डोंट डाई बट एंड सर्वाइव एंड आई एम नॉट एबल टू वर्क फॉर 5-6 months, हाउ इट विल हैपन, तो उसके लिए एक्सीडेंटल कवर लिया था. सो आइडिया इज दैट इज पार्ट ऑफ माय प्लानिंग. हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस is a part of that emergency wire. The investment जो उसके बाद बनता है उसका एसेट एलोकेशन होता है. इसके 2 तरीके एसेट एलोकेशन का, या तो आप गोल बेस कर लीजिए, या आप अपने रिस्क अनुसार कंजर्वेटिव, मॉडरेट और अग्रेसिव जो भी होगा उसके हिसाब से एसेट एलोकेशन बनेगा। उसमें आप रियल एस्टेट भी डाल सकते हैं अगर डालना चाहें तो, इक्विटी डालते थे, डायरेक्ट स्टॉक है, म्यूचुअल फंड के जरिए है, फिक्स डिपॉजिट है, आपकी ईपीएफ पीपीएफ वगैरह इन्वेस्टमेंट्स है, वो सारा डाल के आप कंबाइन कर सकते हैं। और ये सारी इंफॉर्मेशन आपके पास हैंडी अवेलेबल होना चाहिए। मान लीजिए मैं आपको सिंपल एग्जांपल देता हूँ, हम लोग एक पोर्टफोलियो में देख रहे थे, उसका पोर्टफोलियो हमारे पास जो था उसमें इनिशियली क्लाइंट को लगा कि बहुत अग्रेसिव इक्विटी पोर्टफोलियो, लेकिन उसके वो पोर्टफोलियो उसका 50 लाख रुपए का था, उसका वॉलेंटरी पीएफ वगैरह मिला के 1 करोड़ रुपए इन्वेस्टमेंट की डेट में था। तो जब उनको मैंने समझाया आप में वो डेट में ओवरलोडेड है वहां पर, इसलिए हमको यहाँ पर अग्रेसिवली रन करना पड़ेगा, देन ही अंडरस्टूड द पिक्चर। So there is no such allocation formula. However, a lot of people follow what is called a thumb rule. I am not a very big fan of thumb rule, but मैं भी फिर भी आपके लिए शेयर करूंगा अगर आप अपने खुद मैनेज करना चाहें। The thumb rule says 100 minus your age. 100 minus your age should be in equity, and rest you can put in it. That's what the simple thumb rule says. Have I answered your question, Abhishek?
Sir, I would like to add one more thing over here. Like one question which I generally get from our investors. When people are working in corporates and big companies, they always say that I already have an insurance done for my company, health insurance. My company has done already for me. Why should I invest? Why should I spend money to buy a personal health policy? So how
Very
do you
good.
take it? Yeah.
Very good question. See, I would say health insurance. See, lot of things I want to give you a clue out here. Why do you think health insurance investment has a 80D benefit? The reason is very simple. The government also wants you to take this because India does not have any social security system. Now, the reason you should have health insurance beyond a company provided one for two reasons. A, जैसे कोविड में if you lose a job, you get sacked, or you're changing job, and suppose you're changing a company or a startup which does not have health insurance, तो अब उस वक्त क्या करेंगे, और उस दौरान कुछ हो गया, एक। दूसरा, most often we will need health insurance in the later part of a life. Okay, now later part of a life, and more importantly post retirement. जब पोस्ट रिटायरमेंट हो जाएगा आपके पास हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस नहीं रहेगा, आप कहेंगे कि मैं उस वक्त ले लूंगा, लेकिन उस वक्त अगर आपके by the time you age and you have some disease, you are not able to get health insurance, इंश्योरेंस कंपनी आपको हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस नहीं देती, तब क्या करेंगे?
Exactly.
Let me tell you more, and आप इसको डबल अंडरलाइन कर लिए मेरे वर्ड को, most middle class people will get into poverty with one big medical bill. मैं अपना पर्सनल एग्जांपल है, मैंने बहुत अपनी फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग बहुत अच्छी तरह से की. I quit on my 40th birthday month to start the business as per my plan. For my mother, I had my company provided 5 lakh for her kept aside. हम लोगों ने अपने अलग ले लिया था. Over and above that, I had 10 lakh health insurance for her separately. 15 lakh cover for her. The year she got hospitalized in 2011, that year the bill was 40 lakh rupees. I had to pay 25 lakh from my pocket. How many people in India will be able to take that hit? So all I'm saying is, and now I'll give you an example. I am not young. I'm going to be 50 this year. A family of 4. I have a 25 lakh cover and I pay 30,000 rupees. Now you tell me which is more important. Now just paying 30,000 rupees, if you can get that kind of a cover annually, 300 days, 30,000 is you not 100 rupees a day. अगर आप कोई कॉफी कैफे डे में या स्टारबक्स में या किसी भी कोई ऐसे कॉफी शॉप में चले जाइए, आज ये 100 रुपए के ऊपर चाय बनेगा, तो चाय वगैरह में भी, तो इट्स मोर देन एक्सपेंसिव देन कॉफी. So that is a very very important part. You must take a health insurance over and over company provided. And क्या है, 30,000 rupees में you, what, 25,000 rupees if you're taking for your own self, 30 is for me, right? If you're younger, it will cost you less. 25,000 अगर आपने इन्वेस्ट किया, अगर 1/3 उसमें टैक्स सेव हो गया, तो नेट इन्वेस्टमेंट 16,000 का ही है ना. 16,000 के लिए 25 लाख रुपए, what a peace of mind it is. You buy insurance for peace of mind, nothing else. Okay, great. Should we move on? Any more questions, Alok, or you have on your behalf of your client?
So we can move on, and then I'll ask some more questions.
Okay. Over the years, I've realized that simplicity creates wealth. I repeat this. And I believe that जितना आप चीज सिंपल रखेंगे, उतना ही आसानी से आप wealth create करेंगे. जितना complex करेंगे, and it will only create problem for you. Okay. So let me ask you this question. Which number do you think will be a bigger number? 5 raised to the power 10 or 10 raised to the power 5? Please chat the chat bot. 5 to the power 10 or 10 to the power 5. Guys, I want participation. जैसे मजा आएगा, वरना मैं एक साइड बोलता रहूंगा, मुझे मजा नहीं आएगा. Yes. Friends, कौन सा नंबर है? Okay, let me take. Okay, I think people, I don't know if you're shy or I hope you're listening to me. Okay, 5 raised to the power 10 is something which is, now people are writing. Cursor is 5 raised to the power 10. Gaurav, thanks. Abhishek said 10 power 5 seems bigger. No, 5 raised to the power 10 is almost 97 lakh plus, and 10 raised to the power 5 is 1 lakh only. Okay, so this is the secret sauce to wealth creation, and we have studied this all in school, but unfortunately we do not follow it, and this is called the power of compounding. Okay, R was your 5 and N was the 10. Okay, 5 raised to the power 10 is always more than 10 raised to the power 5. So it is time which plays a bigger role in creating wealth and not just the return. छोटा छोटा भी जो वो रिटर्न आता है ना, अगर वो कंसिस्टेंटली लॉन्ग टाइम में इन्वेस्ट होता गया, that will create significant more wealth. And that is why our parents actually vouch for products like LIC or PPF, because वो 15 साल 20 साल के प्रोडक्ट्स होते थे, 30 साल के प्रोडक्ट्स होते थे, and that is what is has created wealth for people. Okay, I will, this I had tried to show, I'll put it differently. This was actually trying to show exactly how some of the fund houses in the last 20-30 years has created wealth. Now, just to give you a perspective, इसमें मैं शायद ये Google में जाएगा नहीं अभी, because I'm doing Zoom. So now let किसी भी फंड जिसने 20-30 साल कंप्लीट कर लिया होगा, तो अगर आपने 20 साल इन्वेस्ट किया है, तो एक साल में 1,20,000 रुपया, 10 साल में 12 लाख रुपया, 20 साल में 24 लाख रुपया आपका ये मूल इन्वेस्टमेंट हुआ होगा, प्रिंसिपल इन्वेस्टेड 24 लाख रुपया. लेकिन 20 साल इसमें बने रहे हैं, 24 लाख रुपया
I think sir's video is free.
I'll just share my screen once again.
Yes, sir, please.
So, अगर
I believe there is some network issue. He'll be joining us back. So please unmute yourself. Yeah.
I've joined back. There is some problem. I don't know why.
Okay, no issue, sir. Now you can share your screen again.
Huh.
Let me allow you to. Yes, you're all right. Okay.
This is where we are coming from. This your 24 lakh invested would have been closer to almost less than 3 crores. That's how power of compounding works. And इस 20 साल के दौरान आपने बहुत सारे इंसिडेंट सुने होंगे, चाहे वो Y2K का प्रॉब्लम हुआ है. इनफैक्ट यू हैड द सब प्राइम क्राइसिस, you had the South Asian crisis, you had the Kargil war, you had various issues. Despite that, it created that amount of wealth. Now, so what I'm trying to say, the reason I was trying to tell you कि investment and your goal should be in aligned, linked. अगर हमको next to किराना स्टोर जाना है, तो basically what we will do, we will use a shorter duration, which is bike or we'll walk. But if we have to go to a little longer distance, say मान लीजिए it was going from Noida to Gurgaon, then perhaps we use a car. Going to a different city nearby, we could use a train. Going to a different country, it is best we use a flight. So that, or different city. So all I'm saying is the investment product that you choose should be aligned to your goals. Okay. Now, आप चाहे दुनिया के सबसे बड़े रईस हो, मुकेश अंबानी भी चाहेगा कि मैं नेक्स्ट किराना शॉप में अपने प्राइवेट जेट उतारूं, दैट कुड बी वेरी फिट. Okay. And that is why when people invest in equity market, either direct stock or equity mutual fund, 6 महीना के लिए, 1 साल भर के लिए, that becomes very dangerous and that becomes fatal. Let me share you some more statistics there. Now, if you invest in an equity market for a period of 1 year, there is only a 60% probability of making money. On a 3-year basis, the probability increases to 80%. 5 साल में almost 90% of the time you'll make money. On a 10-year basis, 100% of the time you'll make money. You look back any 10-year period, you will realize that equity market has generated always a positive return. So it is not equity that has destroyed wealth. It is our own behavior of either timing the market or trying to outplay the market, outsmart the market, that has created wealth destruction. So now this is, you can invest in direct equity market or you invest you via mutual fund. People who have not invested until far, they don't know how. So many times I get asked this question, why should I not invest in direct equity and I should invest in mutual fund? देखिए एक म्यूचुअल फंड में एक प्रोफेशनल फंड मैनेजर जो कि क्वालिफाइड है और उसके पास रिसर्च टीम है, उसकी 24/7 पूरा काम ही फंड मैनेजमेंट करना है, ये सब सपोर्ट उसके पास अवेलेबल है. एक्सेस टू इंफॉर्मेशन, एक्सेस टू रिसर्च कैपेबिलिटीज. अगर उसके तुलना में आपके पास इन, चाहे फंड साइज हो, आपकी खुद की कैपेबिलिटी हो, रिसर्च कैपेबिलिटी हो या एक्सेस टू इंफॉर्मेशन, इन चारों एस्पेक्ट में अगर आप फंड मैनेजर से बेटर हैं तो बिल्कुल आप डायरेक्ट स्टॉक में इन्वेस्ट करिए, वरना I think it will be wise not to experiment with your hard-earned money and go for a mutual fund. Mutual fund is an indirect way of investing money, and that is how mutual fund is there. Now, this is all about investing and basics of investing. Now, I will show you a few screens, okay? I want people to answer this part very, very clearly. If you have any question before this, I would like to take. If you have any question, please put it in your chat. Any questions you have?
I had got one two question on my WhatsApp, and people are asking like if they want to start with a SIP, what is the right amount of SIP they should plan, and like how they should decide like what amount they should start with. So any
Ideally, you should. Let me put a very simple formula for you. Out of your 100 rupees that you earn, a 25 rupees would be first set aside for your own self. When you say own self, it is your investment, your goals. तो पहले 25% उसको सेव करिए. आप लाख रुपया इन्वेस्ट कमा रहे हो नेट, आपके हाथ में आ रहा है टैक्स देने के बाद, तो 25 रुपया आप पहले सेट असाइड करिए. अगर आप 10 लाख रुपया कमा रहे हैं तो 2.5 लाख रुपया सेट करिए. So all I am saying is 25% of your money should be minimum invested. India has an average of 30%, but minimum 25% you should invest. And the rule should be 50% should go into your basics, roti, kapda, makan. And अगर आपकी EMI से थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो जाएगा, वो 60 हो जाएगा. Remaining 15% should go in your lifestyle, and the remaining 25% should go into savings. वो कुछ भी amount हो, आप decide कर लीजिए. There are hundreds of mutual fund. How to select? See, what I would say, look at a fund which has been consistent and which has been consistent over a long time in good and bad times. And today there are a lot of platforms which are available. You can research yourself if you wish to, or you can seek help, whichever way you find comfortable. Like I chose to take help. I'll tell you my personal example. I run marathon. In fact, when I run marathon, the reason I chose a professional is एक point में क्या हो गया था कि when I started running, I used to 10, 12, 13 kilometers, I used to plateau down. And it was very difficult to break that barrier. So वो काफी 6 महीना साल भर तक चलता रहा, but कभी तक भी मैं 15 तक में नहीं पहुंच पा रहा था. Then I hired a coach. So he made some very mild changes. And उस mild change को देख के मुझे समझ में आया, मैंने बोला यार मैं तो इससे ज्यादा दौड़ता हूँ. That is what I want to make a change. And he changed this. और मेरा टारगेट था 2020 में मैं 0.5 किलोमीटर दौड़ूंगा. अब 2020 में कोविड हो गया था. पहला 6 महीना तो लिटिल प्रॉब्लम हुआ था. तो एयरटेल का मैराथन हुआ, but I was not fully prepared. So I ran 10 kilometers only. But I tell him that I want to actually crack this 21 kilometers. So I took his services in November. You will be surprised to know on 27 December, I ran that 21 kilometers. And then follow up in March, I did that IDBF Federal Marathon, 21 kilometers in 2 hours. It is the small changes that helps. So now let me tell you how I select the fund. So we look at consistency of return. I don't look at point to point. Point to point आपको value research money control में मिलेगा. उसमें क्या होता है कि अगर कोई फंड 6 महीना अगर उसने अच्छा परफॉर्म किया तो ये लोग उसका हिस्टोरिकल रिटर्न भी अच्छा हो जाता है. अगर 6 महीना लास्ट पहले 6 महीना खराब होता है तो हिस्टोरिकल रिटर्न भी खराब हो जाता है. इसको रिसेंसी इफेक्ट कहते हैं. But we don't look at that. We actually strip that return in calendar year wise to look at कि भाई consistent कितना रहा है. Consistency of return. That's discrete performance. Fund size. Then I look at what is called risk adjusted return. Risk adjusted return meaning एक फंड है जिसका रिटर्न 25% है, एक फंड है जिसका रिटर्न 15% है। अब इट्स नो ब्रेनर, किसी से पूछेंगे कौन सा फंड सिलेक्ट करोगे, वो बोलेगा भाई ए, इसका रिटर्न 25% है ना। 25% फंड वाले ने 30% का डिविएशन लिस्ट ले लिया, और जिसने 15% डिलीवर किया है उसने सिर्फ 10% का डिविएशन रिस्क लिया है। तो रिस्क एडजस्टेड रिटर्न में 15% बेटर हो जाता है। सो इट्स नॉट ओनली अबाउट रिटर्न एब्सोल्यूट। उसके बाद हम लोग क्या करते हैं, which source or site gives no, those days no, this is our internal research which we do, value research जो ऑनलाइन अवेलेबल है, मनी कंट्रोल अवेलेबल है, इसमें ये इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं मिलेगी। आप फिर भी ट्राई कर सकते हैं, यू कैन ड्रॉप देम इफ दे हैव समथिंग लाइक दैट। what we do further with our own data analytics is we break that return into what is called is alpha and beta. उसको अल्फा बीटा डिकम्पोजिशन बोलते हैं, जहां पर बीटा जो रिटर्न है वो मार्केट रिस्क से आया है, अल्फा है फंड मैनेजर की काबिलियत। तो विच फंड मैनेजर हैज डिलीवर्ड अल्फा ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, दोज आर द फंड्स दैट गेट फिल्टर्ड। ये तो हो गया हिस्ट्री का पार्ट। उसके बाद वी टिपिकली लुक एट कि भाई इन दिस टाइम व्हाट इज द लार्ज कैप, व्हाट इज द स्मॉल कैप, और व्हाट हाउ इज द पोर्टफोलियो पोजीशन। तो जब हम लोग एसेट एलोकेशन तैयार करते हैं, एक तो है स्ट्रेटेजिक एसेट एलोकेशन जो कोर आपका पोर्टफोलियो वो रहता है, उसके अलावा टैक्टिकल एसेट एलोकेशन रहता है जो कि सैटेलाइट पोर्टफोलियो बोलते हैं। और वो जैसे कि मार्केट करेक्ट होता है तो वी पार्टिसिपेट अग्रेसिवली, मार्केट अगर बढ़ जाता है वी बुक प्रॉफिट एंड इट गोज इन सैटेलाइट पोर्टफोलियो। सो दिस इज हाउ वी मैनेज द पोर्टफोलियो ओवर लॉन्ग टर्म पीरियड। सो दिस इज व्हाट वी डू। I trust I have answered that question. Any more question people have before I just move ahead a little bit? I'm almost done, so I will take more question if I would love to have that. So let me ask you to take this small bit of exercise if you can, okay? And people, I want you to answer quickly a little bit. Now here I'm giving you two kinds of scenario. Okay, this is a number. This is a word. Simply, you can read this word. Okay. Now I'm showing you next screen. Which word was not there in the previous slide? Petrol. Yes. A lot of people will think petrol, but let me tell you, the word sleep is also not there. Now I go back to there. Now आप देखिए इसमें sleep भी नहीं है. Just because the other word connected is with sleep, we have assumed that sleep was there. Okay. This is our assumption bias. Now, this question that I'm asking you right now, next question, I want one volunteer for it who could participate very quickly, who's good in maths. Very simple, not very difficult sum. Abhishek, you want to participate? Great. So I'm showing the screen. I'll count 5. The answer should come in 5 seconds. Okay. Your time starts now. The chocolate and bubble gum cost together 110 rupees. Chocolate is 100 rupees more than bubble gum. How much do they cost individually? And your time starts now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Answer, Abhishek. Time is over. 109 in 1. No. Well attempted. Generally, people tell me it's 110. The difference would have been 90. No. The answer is 105 and 5. Manish, no. A lot of people, Ankita, that's a mistake people do. Okay, let me tell you something about human minds. I study a lot in neuroscience. It's called a part of neuroeconomics. Our brain has got three parts to it. The front part is the logical part, middle part is emotional, and third part is the cerebral, flight or fight. Okay. The answer is, okay, let me, for answer 105 and 5. The difference is 100 then. 105 5 में तब 100 rupees ज़्यादा होगा. So behaviorally, okay, let me put, a brain is 2% of our body weight, but since it runs the entire system, it consumes 20% of the oxygen energy. It is lazy by nature. पहले आप कोई ट्राई करेंगे वो गट फील से या एक सिंपल एडहॉक आंसर देगा. When it's not correct, it will go back and then try to calculate. Okay. So this is exactly what happens when the market tanks. Okay, you react out of your gut feel. Okay, and we make those emotional blunders. So your brain is so wired that there is so much of noise, you are bound to take emotional blunder, and that is why trading and trying to time the market destroys wealth for most of the people. There was a session where I was by Rakesh Jhunwala, I was attending in one of the seminar. He said, out of the 10 lakh people trying to trade and time the market, 9,99,999 people will lose the money. A person of this caliber is actually talking about this. So hence, wealth gets over a time, timing will not create a. Finally, one more section before I wrap it up. So now this again, some number which is very visible out here. What is common across the numbers given below? Please, can you answer in the chat? Sorry, my apologies. What is a 3-digit? Yes. Okay. No, there's one common number in the 3-digit. 4. Anil, very good. It's 4. Brilliant. Yes, Alok, 4. Now, what is common among this? All totals 5. No. All doesn't total 5. If 5 है, दूसरे वाले का total है 9, तीसरे का अलग है नहीं. Okay, it's difficult. The missing number 6. There's 6 which is missing out here. No, this again, behaviorally, what you can visualize and quantify, you can easily tell ye valuation mil raha hai. What you cannot see, it is very difficult to ascertain the value. As an advisor or as a financial coach, what we support you, at times it is very difficult for you to visualize in the beginning, but later part in the life, you'll realize that you have achieved a lot more with the same amount of money. And this, a lot of people fails to visualize. So I will be happy to take more questions if you have, more specific questions if you have. And I will stop sharing my screen right now. And I would love to have more questions from you. And you can raise your hand and ask question. You don't have to type on the chat.
Okay, so now anyone who would like to ask any question, we have got a golden opportunity. Tanveer sir is with us. So अगर किसी के दिमाग में किसी भी तरह का कोई क्वेश्चन हो जो चाहते हैं कि सर आंसर करें, तो this is an open platform for everyone. Without any, Sharon, you can ask question. Sir, I had got some questions for you.
Sure.
So one question was that if should I buy a ULIP or a ELSS for tax saving? Like, how do you differentiate both products?
If you're buying on a lump sum basis, so well, let me equity market, I say ELSS is purely an equity fund. Okay. ULIP is also an equity market oriented fund. So now there is 2-3 things. Unfortunately, in India, the lock-in is so misaligned. PPF 15 साल के लिए है जो कि डेट प्रोडक्ट है, ELSS का लॉक इन 3 साल है जो कि इक्विटी प्रोडक्ट। ना 3 साल के लिए अगर आप सोच के इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, you will lose money. Your probability of losing money is there. You have at least 20% chance of losing money. So if you're investing in ELSS, although the lock-in is for 3 years, I would advise you keep for a minimum of 5, 6, 7 years. Okay. Now, coming back to, if you're doing a lump sum in ELSS, then ELSS is good. If you're doing monthly investment in ELSS, each of your investment will get locked in for 3 years. Then in that case, ULIP becomes better. But कौन सा ULIP choose करेंगे? सब ULIP मत choose करेगा. You lose money. ULIP में 4 तरह के चार्ज होते हैं: प्रीमियम एलोकेशन, पॉलिसी एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, फंड मैनेजमेंट, और जो इंश्योरेंस मिलता है आपको मोर्टेलिटी चार्जेस। हजारों यूलिप में there are 2 ULIP only which does not have premium allocation charge, zero premium allocation charge, zero policy admin charge, fund management capped at 1.35 और इंश्योरेंस के लिए मोर्टेलिटी जो मिलती है। आपको ऐसे अगर यूलिप मिलता है तो आप भले बिल्कुल आप इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं अगर मंथली कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि 5 साल के बाद इकट्ठा आप पैसे निकाल सकते हैं फ्रॉम दैट। इट डज नॉट गेट लॉक इन फॉर ईच पेयर। दूसरा एडवांटेज है एवरीथिंग कम्स टैक्स फ्री। तीसरा एडवांटेज है हम लोग क्या करते हैं, इसको टैक्टिकल एसेट एलोकेशन के लिए खेलते हैं। मान लीजिए अगर इक्विटी मार्केट बढ़ा हुआ है, अभी मैंने प्रॉफिट बुक किया है और अब मैं डेट पे चला गया हूं, अगर ये म्यूचुअल फंड से करता हूं तो मुझे एग्जिट लोड भी लगेगा और शॉर्ट टर्म कैपिटल गेन्स भी लगेगा। ये यूलिप में नहीं लगता। एंड मार्केट वैसे अगर नीचे आ गया फिर इन्वेस्ट करके वापस इक्विटी में चले गए तो वो सब पॉसिबल है यूलिप के विदाउट टैक्स इम्प्लीकेशन। तो ये जो कुछ एडवांटेजेस हैं इसके उस नजरिए से आप अगर मंथली कर रहे हैं तो यूलिप बेटर हो जाएगा। सेकेंड है इसमें एक, लेकिन यूलिप में एक डिसएडवांटेज है, मैं भी ये भी कह देता हूं बिकॉज माय ऑब्जेक्टिव इज नॉट टू सेल यू अनदर प्रोडक्ट हियर। यूलिप का एक डिसएडवांटेज है, इससे कम से कम 5 साल का कमिटमेंट है। आपको 5 साल का प्रीमियम माइंड में रखकर चलना पड़ेगा। अगर आप 5 साल की प्रीमियम नहीं देते तब आपको लॉस हो जाएगी। दैट गोज इनटू डिसकंटिन्यूड फंड, उसमें आपको 3% का रिटर्न मिलेगा। तो अगर आप 5 साल का विजिबिलिटी नहीं है आपको अगर इन्वेस्ट करने का तो यूलिप में मत इन्वेस्ट करिए।
Okay. There's one question from Anil Gupta. He says, so can you name some good funds to invest in present scenario?
Again, अनिल जी मैं आपसे वही कहूंगा, इट्स लाइक आई वाज आस्किंग मी आई जैसे कौन सा फंड बताएं। तो एक्चुअली क्या एज अ डॉक्टर इफ आई डोंट नो आपकी जरूरत क्या है, व्हाट्स अ नीड, so it is very difficult and to me good fund could be a debt fund or a equity fund, every fund, a balance fund। तो आपको कौन सा फंड है? एक्चुअली मैं एक डॉक्टर क्लाइंट है, उसने मुझसे पूछा था तो मैंने उससे एक्चुअली उससे वैसे वापस पूछ लिया था, मुझे एक ऐसा दवा बताइए जिससे मैं पूरी फुली तरह फिट हो जाऊं और मुझे कोई बीमारी ना हो। तो मैंने बोला आपको कैसे मैं बताऊंगा अभी। तो अगर आप बोलेंगे इक्विटी फंड, इफ यू बी मोर स्पेसिफिक, okay, so equity fund, there are a lot of good equity funds. You have Mirai fund are good, some have access funds are good, so you can look at Canara Rebuco funds are good. I understood Anil Saab, you are asking equity funds, I'm giving you fund full name. Mirai fund you can look at, you look at SBI funds are very good. You can look at say a Canara Rebuco emerging equity fund is very good, or Access mid cap fund is very good. So there are a lot of equity fund which you've got. So I've given you a lot in large and mid cap variant. I've given you a fund. So in this market scenario, when the market is overrated, I will suggest that you go for a flexi cap fund. Okay, don't go for any thing. And if you are only investing in 1 or 2 3 fund, then you should go for a balance advantage fund. Automatically balance karega. If you don't want any advisor, go for a balance advantage fund. It saves you the trouble.
So there is one more question in the chat box from JC. He's asking, he's saying, large cap fund 70%, mid cap 15%, small cap 10%, gold 5%. Is it right investment plan for long term, like 10 to 15 years?
Hard to say, but yes, it's not a bad combination. You can go for it. I think that's you can go for it, JSG. Because see, I'm okay with a large cap fund, but I would say if you doing this, create a core as flexi cap fund. क्या होता है मैं आपको एग्जांपल बताता हूँ. बीच में 2018 तक मिड एंड स्मॉल कैप चला. वी हैड बुक प्रॉफिट, वी वेंट टू लार्ज कैप डिड वेल. बीच में मिड एंड स्मॉल कैप कम किया. अभी मैं लार्ज कैप में वापस हम लोग वी आर टेकिंग हेवी एक्सपोजर. सो द क्वेश्चन आई एम ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड आउट हियर इज, इफ आई हैव अ फ्लेक्सी कैप फंड, ये जो change between large and mid, the fund manager does instead of you, because there will be a period where large will do well, and at times the mid cap and small cap fund will do well. So, and you will not be able to watch that very closely. It's better that you go for a flexi cap fund, which the fund manager does that on your behalf. Jayesh, I hope I have answered your question. Invest Parag Parik flexi cap around 25%. Parag Parik flexi cap is a good fund. It has close to about 20-25% exposure in some US stocks also. So right now you have to be a little careful, because my feeling is that the US market will tank more than the Indian market. The reason is very simple, and you've seen in the last 1.5-2 months, NASDAQ has actually corrected by 16.67%. And if I go back to the historical history, in 2000 it was on NASDAQ that corrected first, and then the S&P corrected. Okay, so if the interest rate in US rises, which the market is expecting to go up by about 150 basis points, if that were to happen, then US will correct a little bit more, and hence obviously either Parag Parik will cut his exposure in that fund, on those fund, or you can also evaluate it from that perspective. So any more question from anybody? Alok, you have question from them, you can just share me the question. Or before, and if you don't have question, then I'll have just one small thing to ask.
Yes.
And you can ask the question if you had first.
So one question I've got, at what age one should start doing his financial plan, prepare his financial plan, and what stage in life?
As early as possible. In fact, even मैं कॉलेज में सेशन कर रहा था. हम क्रिकेट की भाषा बहुत अच्छी तरह समझते हैं. And what I told them is, जब आप कॉलेज के बाहर निकलते हो ना, मोस्ट ऑफन वी मिस यूटिलाइज. क्रेडिट कार्ड ले लिया, ये लोन ले लिया, ऐसा नहीं करिए. वो आपके जिंदगी का पार प्ले. जब आप फर्स्ट जॉब में जाते हैं, मोस्ट ऑफन यू डोंट हैव एनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, आपकी कोई जिम्मेदारी नहीं है, यू आर नॉट मैरिड. इट इज लाइक अ पार प्ले. आपको मैक्सिमम उस दौरान रन बनाना है. आप उस दौरान अगर सही से खेल गए और आपने रन बना लिया, you will realize that you have actually covered the ground faster. So my thing is, you should start investing from the first check. In fact, just to give you a perspective, I have started inculcating habit in my son, who's in class 11 right now, कि आपको मैं ये मनी पॉकेट मनी देता हूँ. यदि आप इस पॉकेट मनी से जितना भी बचाओगे उतना एडिशनल कंट्रीब्यूशन जो है मैं आपको दूंगा, और ये आपके इन्वेस्टमेंट हो रहा है. सो ही इंश्योर, चाहे वो 400-500 भी होता है, ट्राई टू सेव, ही ट्राई टू सेव. सो आई एम इनकल्केटिंग द हैबिट ऑफ सेविंग right from that age, because we start young. The power of compounding will play beautifully. Maybe if at 40 he can even do a retire for his work. And a lot of women actually needs to do that, because typically women, uh, for their family reason, hats off to them, they take sabbatical or breaks, career breaks, because of family reason. And most of the breaks are past 30, 35, 40, when they are trying to hard manage family and work. And in this competitive environment, it becomes very difficult for them. So I think that's one area why women should also aggressively look at investing and having their financial independence, even if they are not working.
So one question that I get in all the sessions that we do, and young investors, when we are talking chasing young people, they have this question that nowadays it's very easy to invest through various apps like Grow or Quera or like that, and there is a difference in the NAV between the direct plan and the regular plan. So why they should consider investing through a financial advisor, and why not they should do it directly to themselves? So if we can throw out some light on the pros and cons of investing in a DIY mode or going through a financial advisor.
See, what I have realized, a lot of people come to us for two reasons. One, they don't have enough knowledge, and second, people, they don't have time. Okay. Now, if you have both this knowledge and time, then by all means you can go with DI by yourself. But I have tell you some example. The last game I played, where you could not see the number 6. Okay. And this was very visible in during this pandemic, when the market sharply corrected. A lot of my client earlier went to direct, and then when the market corrected, they got panicked, they exited, and the market recovered from there. They lost money. So in fact, एक बंदे ने मुझे, his name is Faisal Saeed. Okay, he came, he's a HR head for Expedia. He told me, तनवीर भाई, हम तो हमारे लैंग्वेज रोजा छुड़ाने गए थे, नमाज गली पड़ गई. इनफैक्ट वी बीइंग पेनी वाइज पाउंड फुलिश. 1% आधा परसेंट कॉस्ट बचाने के चक्कर में मैंने तो 15%, 20% का मार्केट गंवा दिया. ओके, सो ऑल आई एम सेइंग इज, इट इज ऑब्वियस, वो जो 4 दिख रहा था आपको, डायरेक्ट कॉस्ट और इनका कॉस्ट का डिफरेंस दिख रहा है, लेकिन जो वैल्यूएशन 6 है इमीडिएटली विजिबल नहीं होगा. सो आई रिपीट, अगर वो वैल्यूएशन आप अपने आप खुद कर सकते हैं, ये DIY आपको एक प्लेटफॉर्म बता रहा है कि फ्री ट्रांजैक्ट कर लीजिए. देयर इज नथिंग फ्री इन लाइफ. वो क्या हो रहा है, वो आपकी नॉलेज और आपके टाइम के हिसाब से काम कर रहे हैं. तो अगर आप वो दोनों आप में सक्षम हैं, एंड यू हैव कैन डू इट योरसेल्फ, बाय ऑल मींस डू इट. बट if you feel that you will not, and you are the right person to answer yourself, if you can't do it, then please do not experiment with your hard-earned money. Take a professional help. It will help you to far outbeat that 0.5% or 1%. Okay. Now let me give you, a lot of people tell me the market or large cap as ETF as fund has not delivered more than the ETF. But my fund, because in the peak I had book profit, later I actually, and I don't try to time the market. Profit book करके immediately trigger करते हैं STP. If the market goes up, I participate. If the market goes down, I save your wealth. That's my job. So given the last 25, 30, 27-year experience that I have in the market, I have created some range. And I feel that in that range is my comfort zone of the market. If it goes beyond that, I don't become greedy. I openly communicate to the client saying कि इसके ऊपर जाना, that I've never seen people make more money. So hence that is the expertise that we bring. That 6 may not be initially visible, but it adds a lot of value. Okay, so I would only humbly request, don't be penny wise and pound foolish. Okay, so you should do your own judgment. And I repeat, if you can manage the time and you have all the capabilities, by all means, go and do it.
So I think mostly I've taken all the questions that I've got from the people. Now,
I'll just conclude this session by just narrating a small story, okay, incident. And you would have heard, just I'm just sharing my insight. There's a beautiful research where a frog is put in a frying pan and water is put, and slowly वो गैस ऑन किया जाता है और टेम्परेचर धीरे 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 बढ़ता रहता है. Okay, and frog is an animal which can live in land and water both, so it can manage that body temperature very easily. तो वो अपने body temperature को adjust करता रहता है and he keeps staying in the water. एक टाइम आता है जब पानी बॉयल होने लगता है. When it boils, then the frog dies. What killed the frog? What killed the frog? I'm asking you, please type what killed the frog in the chat box. Is it the water? Rising temperature. Okay. And yes, he feels he will manage. Limitation of tolerance. Very good. Any more? Willpower. No. Okay. It's the frog's inability to jump at the right time. Taking action is more important. Procrastination kills. Okay. We all know investment is important. We all know financial planning helps us to achieve more. Okay. But we procrastinate. Behaviorally, anything that we are not confident or that we are not sure of, we tend to avoid or procrastinate. कर लेंगे, देखा जाएगा, हो जाएगा. अरे हमारे बाप दादा ने पूरा किया ना, हम भी पूरा कर लेंगे. But scenarios have changed. Okay, जो लाइफस्टाइल हमारी है, हमारे बच्चों की और से ज्यादा बेटर होगी. हमारी लाइफस्टाइल हमारे पेरेंट्स से बहुत ज्यादा है, हमारे एस्पिरेशन बहुत ज्यादा है. So time have changed. We have to change. And if we are not taking action, that is also an action. So all I'm saying is the frog's inability to jump at the right time killed him. Procrastination has killed him. So all I am saying is, please take action. Not acting is also a decision that you are making. And most often I've seen that's not the right decision. With this, I would like to conclude. If you have any question, please write down to Alok. We will share my reply, and we'll come back to you on this. And I sincerely thank you all. तहे दिल से शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ आप लोगों का for being a patient listening. I hope you enjoyed. And I hope I have added value to your 1.5 hours which you have given. I don't know how much time. It's about more than 1.5, yeah, almost 1.5 hours. Thank you so much, Manish. I am very happy that you liked it. Thanks, Narendra.
Thank you, Tanvi sir, for taking out this time on a Sunday. I know you work on a Sunday also, but you had given us that time, and we are like fortunate enough to have you there for our investors. And thank you all the participants for sparing out time on a Sunday and joining this meeting. And just to summarize what sir had given, it is important to have a health insurance. It is important to plan for your finances on time. Do not be that frog who keeps on procrastinating. So we know the importance of financial planning. And it is important to teach to our kids also, as sir rightly mentioned that he is teaching his son that whatever money he is giving to him as a for his pocket expenses, some part should be invested. So if you inculcate good habits in your family members to your kids at the right age, they will turn up to be a very good like very well planned investors. So thank you again for all joining in. I've shared a link for you to give your feedback for this session, and kindly share your details also so that we can connect with you and we can share some insights on our coming sessions with you all. And once again, I'll thank sir for joining us and everyone for participating in this session.
Thank
We'll
you,
be
everyone.
coming up. We'll be coming up for like amazing sessions like this. And next time we'll have sir with us. We'll do a proper planning on Excel, and he can tell us how exactly what we can plan. But maybe next month we can do this even.
No, in fact, we will do it on our own software. Alok, let
Okay,
them
sir.
do. It will retain with them. Excel will go lose somewhere, right?
Right, right. Yes, sir. We can do it on FinCard software. Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
Thank you so much, everybody. Really enjoyed talking to you. And let's stay connected. Alok is here to take care of you. And any question, you can route it through Alok. Uh, and we will, he is himself a qualified chartered accountant. So I think he knows money and finances very well. So please share your thoughts with him. And we will, together, we are working to create a better life for everybody. And my dream is that every Indian should be rich and live a richer life.
Thank you, sir. And that's what we are here for, to help people reach their goals. And through this financial planning, as an organization, also we wanted to add some value. And I thought it is the right time to collaborate with people who are already doing it. So FinCard is one such organization which is helping people in achieving their goals, their game, and they do it in a very meticulous way through their website. And everything is put at one place. So that is the thing that we should all look for, and we should change with the changing time. So it is a time to change and adopt technology, and definitely we can do it together.
Thank you. Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.